All right, what's going on today?
A basketball practice and then rock climbing.
Okay.
Crispy or not so crispy?
Crispy, please.
Do you know what kind that is?
No.
You're not even
Looks
gonna
good.
ask?
What kind is this, Mom?
Do you eat this with your hands?
Yeah, it's a muffin.
Okay.
It is. Sometimes I think about what was the old normal like now that we have a new normal. It was different.
I love my brother so much, so much.
Pediatric cancer wasn't on my radar. I believed that I would have 2 healthy, happy kids.
Good morning.
And then one day I didn't.
After a CT scan, we got the devastating news.
Aidan was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma, which means by the time that they had found it, the tumor had metastasized to his bones.
You fooled the fire. It was the worst of everything. And then you start getting on the internet and looking at the mortality rates and everything else, and yeah, life just kind of stopped.
Aidan spent about 200 plus days in the hospital.
Aidan, what are we gonna do to that tumor?
Mash it up, baby.
He was in the hospital a lot, so I would stay with other families. It was difficult, but he needed them more than I did.
Tell me what today is.
The last day of my radiation.
He responded well to chemo, and he was super healthy. He had no symptoms.
Hasta luego.
You kind of feel like you're out of the woods, and then all of a sudden, you're not.
When Aidan relapsed, I think that that probably was the worst day of my life.
His doctors said, there's nothing else we can do. We've tried everything.
There was no hope. There was no, we're gonna beat this. They had already thrown at him what they thought would beat it, and it didn't beat it. And then we had heard about a vaccine that came from Cookies for Kids Cancer. They funded it. And then, and only then, was there anybody that was talking to us about hope, about a future.
Cookies for Kids Cancer has a very simple and clear mission, which is to raise funds and to fund pediatric cancer trials. And they fund quickly. Cookies gets the money out there in a matter of months. Those months make the difference.
Aidan received 2 treatments that we helped to fund, a humanized antibody and a vaccine. Since Cookies for Kids Cancer was founded, we have funded more than 100 research grants, and 42 of those research grants are now treatments that children are receiving. And it's those cutting-edge treatments that give kids like Aidan a fighting chance.
It's really nice for the first time since I can remember to focus on things less serious than, you know, your brother having cancer.
We are forever thankful for that vaccine.
There's another chapter to Aidan's story.
What's going on in the world?
Coronavirus.
What does that mean?
We are quarantined.
Very early on in the pandemic, Aidan relapsed again.
We were surprised. We were blindsided. We got a scan on Friday,
And we were on a plane on Sunday to head to New York.
It was probably the most difficult time because I knew what was going on. I wasn't going to school my first year of high school. I wasn't able to see any of my friends.
I remember being like really overcome with emotion. It was pretty sudden and it was pretty scary, and it was definitely unexpected.
There's always the, what's going to happen, what's going to be the outcome. Is this going to be the relapse that, he doesn't get through?
You were scared because of cancer, you were scared because of COVID. We were just scared all the time. And it just added a level of stress to an already horrific environment. I remember saying at the last time of the interview that I hope that I never need Cookies for Kids Cancer again. But if I do, I'm going to be so thankful to know that they're out there doing this important work. But I really, in my heart, didn't think that I would need it again. And we did. But they were there.
Aidan was able to receive the third treatment that we helped to fund. Cancer doesn't take a break because of COVID. And it's the reason why we can't either, because kids like Aidan need us.
All right, Aidan.
New route.
You got this.
We recently went to New York and we got clear scans, all clear, and clear MRI and a clear MIBG, everything clear. So Aidan is no evidence of disease. He's Ned, and that's our favorite. I live with a miracle. I don't know another 16-year-old that has beaten stage 4 neuroblastoma 3 times and is taking AP World History and Algebra 2 and is the athletic director at his school and loves basketball and is making plans for summer vacation to go to the lake house and to be with his friends. So we have to give back. We have to give back. And Aidan wants to give back because we know that we have that chance because of the research that Cookies for Kids Cancer funded.